Alright guys and girls, welcome back. So, just because I've got a corner now set in the front room now that I can move around a little bit now, because I've got the majority of the boxes in one corner almost gone, because I'm sort of cleaning up in here. Before I can get a carpet, so why it sounds a bit echoey in here and stuff. I've got a little slight echoing. Because almost this side of the room would be even more echoing once it's like the rest of it's cleaned up and it's all like pretty much gone. I've got my green screen just here on my right side, and I've got the lights off at the moment except for the Keylight. So I'm doing a bit of testing at the moment. They're about, I'd say, I'd say 5-6 foot away, and the other one's about 5-6 foot away as well. And I'm just doing a bit of testing on the lights just to see how good this camera picks up in low lights. We've got at 1/60th. Actually, that's just and I'll set this 1/60th. So if we can knock this down a minute. Oh shit, no. There we go, 1/50th. So it's supposed to be 150 on the shutter speed. Just sort of testing, because otherwise if you get the shutter speed and it's like too high, it can slow basically the video down, and we just want it nice and smooth. This is at 4K 20, I think it's 25 frames or 24 frames per second, but it's not too bad. Now we've got both of the key lights on at 25%. So I've got the one to my left is at 25%, and the light behind the camera is at 25%, at around 5 to 6 foot away from me. So that way it gives like a thing, but it seems to be alright, not too bad. Now let's up the percentage. Let's put in an extra 25, make it 50 on the one light, 25% on the other one. So let's have a look. Let's see. Not too bad. I mean, I've got these things over the top of it as well. It looks like a sheet, but it's like a camera sort of thing with the lights. Stops it from like paling through a little bit, which I find is okay in certain circumstances. It's supposed to get rid of the shadows, but you can still see the shadows in there regardless. But it's quite because I'm right back to the wall. So if I'm right back to the wall, that's why you can see these like little shadows just here and stuff. But come forward a little bit, not too much. I'll probably have to bring the camera a little bit back a little bit, but yeah, it's not too bad. I mean, this CV1 or ZV1, Sony ZV1 vlogging camera has a great camera lens on it. It's a Zeiss lens, and it's like an f1.8 on there, so the sound quality is good, but I'm using an external microphone, just some cheap version, but it's the same one I used from my previous videos. And I've got this on, I think it's called auto continuous, so it just keeps me basically in focus with the eye tracking. So basically it tracks my eyes and stuff, just to make sure if I'm moving around, it can basically just keep me in there. So let's put this up now to 50% on both lights. Okay, that's 30, that's 40 and 50. Okay, so sun light, might need to go slightly on an angle. Alright, So that looks pretty good. Sort of just test it out. But anyway, it's the 10th of July, guys. Again, so this is my second vlog, so we're just doing some testing, and this is on ISO 600, not 600, actually 400. So 400 ISO, and this camera's got a flippy screen on it, so you can flip the screen over, like with the Sony Series 6 6300. You can't flip the screen over. It basically only tips to the side, or just basically like vertical a little bit on the back, but you can't like flip it around and stuff. So this is the reason why I got this camera at the time when I bought it, because it's amazing. You can just flip the screen, you can see that I'm in position. Obviously with my head there and stuff, like obviously I might have to bring it back a little bit, but just to get the face in, I can know when my eyes are basically getting too close to the camera, or if I need to step back like that, and my eyes get tracked and stuff with the eye tracking. Now let's go 100% on the lights from behind. Alright, so this is the light from behind the camera, and I'll leave the other one at 50%, and you could probably notice some good lighting. You can tell the lighting's getting a bit better. I don't know whether I need to bring down the ISO a little bit, so at the moment it's around 400. To be honest, when you're out in the daylight, you just have it at like 100. Because obviously natural light coming through, it's a lot better. But when you're by a window or something, sometimes if it's raining, pissing down or something, you're not really getting enough light coming through because of the clouds. I do want to get a filter, an ND filter, to go over this. So if it's sunny and a sunny day or whatever and it's hot, then I could put the ND filter over the top. The one that's built in on this one is absolutely bad. I wouldn't even actually recommend people using it. It's like too darkish for an ND filter, because you want it to, so you can change the stops and stuff on it, so you can lessen the stops, or put like maybe just add a few stops or something on there, so it doesn't really affect the camera wise. But this looks really good at the 100%. Now if I turn the one light off, would that be, there we go. So that turns that one light off. Now, this is just the one key light at the back, which is the only one is doing basically the lighting at 100%. So you can see there's a big difference when you're using two key lights to lighten up the environment or the area and stuff. So if we put that back on, and we put it to 100% on this one, and right, so that's 100%. The other one's 100%. Not really test that whether the batteries, how long they last. I think these are both from neewer. So, but the batteries, I'd say probably get an hour out of them if you're lucky and stuff. But yeah, this looks really good. It's kind of bright now. You can see the whole sort of areas lit up. Obviously you've got the shadows on the back here on the wall. It's because I'm too close, like my back's actually touching the wall. So come forward slightly, and you can see now the shadows are slightly gone from behind, because actually you need to, that's always best, especially when I've got this green screen, but also it's blue on the back as well. So we've got a blue screen and green screen, both actually together. Now I've zoomed this in slightly on the actual camera lens, so we're doing an f2.8, so you're not getting that sharpness, but or the bokeh bit at the background where you'll see the shadow depth of field, but then as this is still sharpish even at an f2.8, and then it says a plus 0.7. I think that's how many stops it is, 0.3. Now it's gone down to, it's like when you go backwards and forwards and just move around, it can basically calculate where you're looking. But yeah, let us know, guys and girls. And actually you can see as well the redness slowly going down a bit. I've still got this on, I think, on the log 3. So with log 3, I think that's like basically it cuts pretty much all the colour out, or you can still see the colour, but it's like just bland, like there's no dynamic range to it, like vibrancy and stuff. It's basically just the plain colour. But yeah, this, I mean, obviously with the colours as well on this camera, I think it can only do Rec 709 on it, which is basically like 8-bit colour rather than 10-bit. This is the reason I'm going to be saving up soon at some point and get probably a HDR 10 Plus 422 style camera, cinematic colour camera, so that way I could do cinema and stuff on it and make some like really good dynamic films for you and stuff at some point, because I've got some ideas maybe for storylines and movie scripts and stuff, but sort of trying to put them all together and just trying to find the right people for different things as well. And that's my goal as well, to do stuff like that. So if you guys and girls are interested in these sort of things and you want to support the channel, do put a like on the channel, subscribe if you can as well, that helps as well. And cheers for watching, guys and girls, and I will see you guys and girls on the next episode. See you soon, and cheers for watching.